back to the channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Today, I just want to look fucking pretty, okay? I mean, what can I say? Today, I'm gonna shop my stash. I want to just shop for things that are kind of tried and true in my collection, things that I know make me feel good, products that perform well. I feel like the last couple shop my stash, get ready with me videos, I've been trying new things, which has been super fun too, but just the mood I'm in, I'm like in a cozy little sweater and I'm like, I just want to look good. I don't want to have the pressure of having to try something new. You know, trying new things out all the time is fun, but sometimes it's just nice and comforting to go back to old favorites or do colors that you really enjoy, even if you do them a lot. So that was kind of the theme for today's Shop My Stash. I'm also going to be traveling home for the holidays just for a little bit. And so I kind of use this as a way to shop for things I'll probably bring with me as well. So this can give you an idea of what I might be packing in my travel makeup bag. I want something simple, again, stuff that makes me feel pretty and is going to actually do the job I need it to do with as little products as possible. So anyway, let's just get into shopping my stash. All right, we are on to the shopping. I'm excited. I have everything in here. I like went through, made sure everything I wanted was in here, and I'm excited to just pick out a face that I know is gonna make me feel so beautiful. So when it comes to primers, I realistically would pick my First Aid Beauty, but I'm out of that. So I think next is the Stila one. It doesn't make me too oily, so I know my makeup will last in a nice way, but it's still pretty hydrating. So that's the one I'm gonna put in for today. Powders, I've been loving the Huda Beauty, so I'm definitely gonna put that in. For foundation, I just re-upped on my Yensa, and so I'm definitely putting that one in. This concealer wasn't in the right place, but out of everything here, I'm definitely gonna do my Kosas one, even though it's a little bit dark right now. I think that's still gonna be the best choice for me, and I think I'm also gonna do my little corrector just in case I have some darkness I want to correct. Looking at the next drawer, I think mostly for brows, I'm of course going with Roen, of course going with CoverGirl. I think for mascara, I'm actually going to go with the Jane Iredale. I do like the Maneater a lot, but I don't know, this one's just more everyday to me, so I'm going to put that one in. And then for liners, I'm going to do a mix. I love this Pixie one, but sometimes I want some more depth, so I'm going to put this other like brown one in. For bronzers, I don't have anything I'm obsessed with really right now. I have been using the Becca one a lot. That one's been a good one to me out of everything, but I just got this Viseart one from a BoxyCharm sale, so I think I'm actually gonna, let me see if I can, there we go. I think I'm gonna put that one in. I used it the other day and I did enjoy it, so I kind of want to give it another chance, and I don't think it'll be worse or better than anything else here anyway, so that I'm gonna put in. For a spray, I'm gonna use the Too Faced, one of my favorites, and I'm trying to use it up by the end of the year. I only have a few sprays left. Oh my gosh, okay, so for blush, I don't even know. Blush has been a tough one for me, I feel like. I know one that always makes me feel good is my Rockateur, so I kind of want to put that one in just in case, but I also love my Clinique one. This is a Nude Pop. That one's one of my favorites. A newer one I've been loving is this NARS Illicit blush. That one's pretty nice. It's kind of orangey though. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with one of those two. They're very staple-y products for me, but I think that's what's best. Oh my gosh, the highlighter drawer is like my absolute favorite drawer. I don't know if I want to pull out new ones. I don't know if I want to pull out old ones. I love my Nabla, so maybe I'll put that in just in case. I also love my Pixie, but I think, okay, I got this Pat McGrath one because of the sale. She had her holiday stuff on a really good sale, so this was like 30 or something instead of like 50 or 60 or whatever it was. So I kind of want to use that. I haven't used it yet on my face. I don't know if you guys saw this. I bought it new, so like unopened, but it's the Gold Bar palette, and I didn't realize this was discontinued. So beautiful. You know, the packaging, everything makes me feel so pretty when I use this. So I'm gonna put that in. I don't think I'm gonna do any liquids today. Lip products is another tough one. Really, I've been loving this Persona Meditate Balm. I love that, but I also have been loving the liquid lipstick, so I love the way Extra Toasty has been looking. This is Extra Toasty. I wore that in a couple videos and it just looks so good. Nude Mood is also pretty, so I'll probably put those in just in case I want to go matte. And then for a lip liner, I'm gonna of course put Spice in, but I've been enjoying Almond from Persona. I'm gonna put that in too. Okay, for shadows, I love my little single pots. I'm tempted to do a one shadow look. I love that kind of look and stuff. I like my phase zero stuff, so these are kind of tempting. I don't know, I want to use those, but I also want to use my Roen Quads. Like, these are calling to me because they're so pretty. I just feel so honestly beautiful when I use them. So I'm kind of like, maybe I'll put the Roen Quads in. I do want a bit of like a matte to blend stuff out. Maybe I'll use the matte in this retro, the mini retro, and then I have this beautiful shimmer too. I feel like there's so many palettes that really do make me feel beautiful, but I feel like those smaller ones have been the most. I love my rose quartz though. I thought I would just point out some things that I feel like would do the job for sure. In this drawer, that's kind of it. This drawer, well, I put some of these palettes in here that I've made. I don't know if you've seen these yet, but these are like my Charlotte Tilbury dupes with Natasha Denona shadows. I have some little revamped palettes that I made with some singles for like OG palettes, and these would also be really good options for me, you know, like things that I put together. I also love the Pat McGrath holiday palette. And then in my smaller makeup drawer, I feel like my Stone Vibes palette's a good pick. I feel like this new Makeup by Mario, it's new to me, but it's been fun to use and I've liked the look so far. So yeah, I don't know, there's just there's so many eyeshadows. I mean, I love my eyeshadows and I feel like there's a lot that would make me feel pretty, but I think I'm gonna stick with my smaller ones. That's definitely been more the vibe this year, and I'm probably just gonna pack that stuff up and put it in my bag to travel. So let's make a look. All right, we have no time to waste today. I'm not gonna sit here and go over the basket. You know what we got. You watched the video. Oh my God, I hate when I zoom out the wrong way. It's like, what is wrong with me? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna prime using that Stila primer. You know, I'm someone, I just always prime. I know a lot of people, maybe if they're going easy or, you know, trying to skip some steps, primer is a step they'll skip, but not me, baby. I love a primer. I find it really does help. Whoa, what happened there? I feel like it does help my application of foundation to go on smoother and usually less patchy. It works for me. All right, for foundation, I have re-upped on my Yensa. I finished a tube of this up this year and I am so glad to have it back. I usually use about one pump. Sometimes if I want a little more coverage and I'm using a sponge, I'll go in with more. But with a brush, if I'm going in with a brush, I can usually get away with one pump and it's pretty good coverage for me. I love this. Like, this is my third tube of the Yensa foundation. It's just really great and I don't like having to think about my base that much, so it's the one I tend to go for. And so since it works, I've kind of just stuck to it. I want to try some drugstore stuff though this year, see if there's anything comparable, because it is kind of expensive, you know, like to me it feels worth it because it's just easy knowing my skin's gonna look good. But obviously if something was even half the price, it'd be half the money. I find that the sponge maybe is a little more sheer, but if my skin's not in the best condition, it's sometimes nice to use a sponge because a brush I find can kind of pick up on dry spots and kind of whip up dead skin, and I don't know. But even with the Yensa, I can get away with the brush more often than other foundations for sure. So this is one pump of the foundation with the sponge, and I think it looks great. Like on camera, maybe I could go a little more full coverage, but in real life, it's such a perfect amount where I feel good and confident and like just, you know, pretty without feeling like I have so much on my face, or you know, sometimes I can go, like it can go too far where I feel uncomfortable if there's like too much on my face. And so I've learned just like the one pump, it's really easy to measure out, works really well for me. I am gonna do a little bit of color correcting under my eyes with the Becca. I actually stopped using this for a little bit. I'm honestly even forgot to put on concealer a few times recently. Like I go in with bronzer and then I'm like, oh yeah, concealer is a thing. So I just am gonna pat that underneath. This is probably way too much. It's been a second since I've used this. I'm so glad I didn't buy a backup of this since it's still available. Like you can buy it now through Smashbox, but I still have so much product. And again, like I said, I stopped using it for a second and now I'm back. And so that's gonna take even more. Like I feel like this, I probably will have till the end of like 2022. And that's me using it like a lot. It really is such a beautiful product though. Like it's so glowy, and although it is kind of tacky and kind of emollient, I don't know, it feels so nice. Let me show you, I'll zoom you in. So this is what it looks like. Sometimes I get a little creasing, so I'll watch out for that and kind of just clean it up as I go, but you can see the glow. It kind of just reflects the light. It's beautiful. I still am gonna use just a little bit of concealer, so I'm only gonna do like a dab here and a little there, you know, the kind of new way everyone does concealer. And then I think I'm also going to like a little spot there. I don't know, just a few little places. But again, I try not to get too overboard with the concealer because really I don't need it. Like realistically, it doesn't need to happen. And then I'm gonna blend out with a beauty blender. This isn't a beauty blender, but a sponge. I usually do use a sponge, but for some reason with the Becca product, I really like my finger. I think the warmth really helps. All right, so that's the skin done. I think it looks pretty good. Next, I go in with bronzer, and although this is new from Viseart, since I don't have like a bronzer love, I felt good trying this out. Plus, I do find, you know, trying one thing out instead of like all new things helps you get an idea of what's actually going on and what's actually the culprit of either good stuff happening or bad stuff happening. I found this kind of light the last time I used it, so I'm really dipping my brush in there. Ooh. Got a little chisel. I always kind of start at the back there and then brush in and then go into my forehead. For me, bronzer is definitely one of those steps that just makes me feel confident. After going in and like kind of evening out my skin tone, it's so nice to come in, add a little dimension, add a little warmth usually, and kind of see your skin come to life. You know, like the things that make skin so delectable, you know? I feel like that's what bronzer does. I don't know. I feel like that bronzer looks pretty good. Like I really like the way that it looks on my skin. It looks really natural in person, even though I definitely can like see where it is. I don't know, there's something about it that's really blended nicely. So I'm excited to have this. For blush, I'm gonna do the Rockateur. This is something that is just, I can't let go. I never can let go of this thing because I really do love it. Color-wise, it's not too warm, yet not too cool. It has a nice shimmer to it, but not like overly shimmery. It just always tends to work. Yeah, I always keep it. I mean, I've had it so long I have pan on it. Like, just such an easy go-to for me. Okay, I kind of went heavy. Oh my gosh. I mean, I do like that look, but we might need to blend out. Next, what I've been doing is going in with powder and then I'll spray and then usually do the highlighter. So I'm gonna go in with the Huda powder. I've mentioned this, but when I use the powder, I'm really just getting it into my brush and really working it in. So you don't like put too much on, and then I'm only sticking to the center of my face. So I'm not like going under my eyes even. I'm just sticking to where I tend to look oily. So like the cheeks here, the nose, the little bit of the forehead, and the chin is where I really hit. And then if I have less product, maybe I'll like brush out, but very, very light amounts. And then now that I do that, I'm gonna spray, and then I'm gonna let this sit a little bit because I don't know, I don't like when it's too wet. Lately, it's been looking weird if I go in with highlighter when my spray's too wet, so I'm just letting that sit on for a second. And if I want, I can kind of pat where I feel like the blush went a little much. Okay, I'm so excited to use this. I hope that it looks good since I'm trying to look beautiful, but you know, we'll see. It's a stunning highlighter from Pat McGrath. This is from Holiday, and it's the Sublime Skin Highlighter in Lunar Nude. I'm using my fan brush. I hope this looks good. Everyone, fingers crossed. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, I like it. Okay, good. Whew, whew, okay. All right, let me zoom you in so you can see it. So there's the highlighter. I think it looks really nice. I really like it. Oh yeah, baby. I guess I'll keep us pretty zoomed in though from here on out. I'm gonna do my eyebrows next. I'm of course using the Roen, that's my favorite. I'm gonna try to leave the front of my eyebrows not too touched and really just focus on having some structure in the back and then using my brow gel to fill in the front. That's what I'm gonna try. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with those. I forgot to pick out when I was with you shadow stick or like primer type product, so I'm just using this Sigma one in Sorbet. This has been one I've been going to a lot lately. And I like this one because on its own it could be a really pretty look. For shadow, I'm gonna run some of this just matte shade in my crease, just gently, and really keeping it to the outer part of my eye. I just wanna get something down. For the lids, I don't know what I want to do. I'm not sure if I want to go into something like this and do something like kind of lighter. If I want to go in, I love this shade from this palette. It's one of my favorites. It just looks so good. But I also kind of want to go in with this one. So that's like the pinker lighter one. And then that's the other one. I think I'm gonna go in with this one. I think that's the one that'll make me feel prettiest. So that's in the Mood Forever quad. I'm just laying that on my lid, and then as I have less product, kind of blending up and out. I think that's so pretty. Really love that. I kind of want to add a little bit of depth in that outer corner. I think with me, I really only have this, so I'll go in. I think I'm gonna go in with the I don't know if I want to do the shimmer. I'm gonna take some of the green. I know it might be weird, but we'll just take a little bit, and hopefully it'll mostly just add depth and not actually the color green. And I'm just gonna kind of blend that gently in that outer corner just to add something. Even right here, you can see that tiny bit of a difference. And I'm keeping it pretty low. I'm not trying to like make it too big of a deal. For the inner corner, I'm also gonna take a shade from the Mini Retro. And I'm not gonna put this on the brow bone, but I do think that the sparkle will be really pretty on that inner corner. This shade is so, so beautiful. I wish more Natasha Denona shades had the sparkle this one does. For the brow bone, I'm gonna take one of the highlighters in here. I'm gonna go with the, I don't know, I'm gonna mix the two and just place that right under that brow bone. And just to make sure everything's blended, I'm just taking that initial blending brush. It's working, I'm feeling pretty. I'm gonna use the darker brown liner, and I'm just gonna put this under my lash line on the outer half of my eye. I'm also gonna tight line just on that outer half, and I just blend out with my finger. This is a super creamy one that almost kind of, like the more you blend, it kind of disappears, but it works out for me. I think next I'm ready for just mascara, I think. This will add a lot of depth to my lashes and my eye look. Okay, but like I'm obsessed. I really love the way this looks. Like, it's kind of clean, but there's still some, you know, dramatics going on. There's still some depth going on. I love this look. It looks so good. Okay, let's do a lip. This is where we can really change it. So we could keep it casual, like the eye could go casual. We can make it sexier. We could do so much. I feel like the matte liquid lipsticks are nice, but I don't know if I want that. I kind of just want to keep it more casual, you know, still. So I'm gonna go in with that Spice lip liner. You know the one. You know the one. And then I'm using that balm from Persona just to fill it all in. Okay, well, I feel like I accomplished my goal. I'm feeling super freaking pretty right now. I really love the products that I use. I think the Roen Quad has to come with me. Like, it has to come with me. It's so pretty. Yeah, so happy with this. I really love the mini retro too. This probably will come as well. I feel like if I really wanted to, I could just do this, you know, because it has that shimmery shade in there, but it's nice having that extra sparkle, you know. My base looks beautiful and like kind of effortless. Like, it's not full coverage, but with everything done, I feel like you're not looking at one place being like, oh, it's not having coverage there, not having coverage there. And I think that's kind of the secret to like lower coverage foundation. Trying to remember throughout the process that once you have blush on and bronzer and some highlighter and all those other things, you have your eyes done, just making it so that maybe if you have some redness or discoloration or whatever maybe you're trying not to bring the eye to, and doing your best without putting too much product to just kind of even everything out. So anyway, I'm obsessed. I really like the look. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me use just some normal products in my collection that I use a lot, use them in the way that I normally would use them. I tried a few new things and they worked out great. The Pat McGrath highlighter, I'm so excited to continue using. I was so happy when this went half off. I was like, I can try it for half off. I was so scared because of the last time I bought a holiday highlighter, aka last year with the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I hated it. I was a little nervous to do that again, but I'm really happy with this one so far. Same with the bronzer. There were just a lot of wins, you know, products that made me feel good. I hope that this inspires you today to bust out some of those tried and true products that just make you feel good. Do a look where you just feel like, damn, you're cute, you're the hottest, like your partner's lucky to be with you. The whole world's lucky to see you. Bust that makeup out, you know? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.